The Most Unfaithful Men by Zodiac Sign. This is important. Why do some men break hearts over and over again, and do it almost like a script? Why do some cheat without blinking an eye, while others are not capable of betrayal even in their thoughts? The answer lies deeper than just upbringing or circumstances. Everything is encrypted in the Zodiac Sign. In this video, you will find out which men, by date of birth, are most often unfaithful. We will analyze each sign without embellishment, in essence. Which of them is prone to a double life, who masterfully hides intrigues, and who is simply not made for monogamy, and why? If you want to know the truth, and not beautiful illusions, stay until the end. Subscribe to the channel if you are interested in esotericism, hidden character traits, and want to understand people deeper than they show. And in the comments, be sure to write whether the description coincided with the one you know. Sometimes the truth is more painful, but it liberates. We begin the analysis of the most unfaithful men by Zodiac Sign. The first sign is Gemini. He doesn't flirt, he explores. A Gemini man is able to win attention without touching, with words alone, as if he were writing a script for your emotions. His infidelity is not in his actions, but in his desire not to stay in one format for too long. Today he talks about the future with you, and tomorrow he is already talking about freedom with someone else. His mind requires a change of pictures, voices, emotions. He does not tolerate monotony, even in feelings. He does not hide his nature. It just changes too quickly. In one woman he seeks inspiration, in another, excitement, in a third, a reflection of his own throwing. And all three can exist in his life at the same time because he separates feelings and roles. For him, there is no betrayal if he is emotionally attached. He can be physically with one, but his thoughts are completely elsewhere. His boundaries are flexible, as are his promises. Geminis adapt easily. They sense their partner's mood, know what to say so as not to arouse suspicion. But it is precisely this mastery of communication that makes him dangerous. He knows how to justify everything. We are just friends. She trusts me. Nothing serious. And even if you hear the truth, it will be wrapped in so many layers of beliefs that you will doubt the obvious. He can cheat without feeling guilty. Because in his internal code, loyalty is something that does not interfere with internal growth. And if it does interfere, then you need to reconsider the relationship. A Gemini man is capable of sincere love as long as he is interested. But as soon as the emotions fade, he is already looking for where to light up again. Not because he is bad, but because he feels time, depth, connection differently. You can be perfect for him, but if he feels that he has studied you to the end, he will switch. And he will do it quietly, without drama. Perhaps with a soft look and with that very phrase, "I do not want to hurt you." But there will be a new name behind it, which he already carries in his head. A Gemini man is not a classic deceiver. He does not manipulate for the sake of profit. He is driven by a thirst for live communication, fresh breath, new neural connections. His body can be close, but his attention can disappear at any moment. And if you do not hold his interest, he will find another interlocutor, another touch, another game. The second sign is Aries. Aries will not lie, but he will not wait for permission. If someone appears in his life who provokes, challenges, or simply ignites an impulse in him, he can give in without thinking about the consequences. His infidelity is not planned. It is a reaction. A flash, like a spark from a blow. He is not looking for betrayal, but if the moment coincided with his internal tension, he will not resist, and he will not regret, because he believes that he acted on the call of instinct. His energy is powerful. He requires constant stimulation. Passion is not a luxury for him, but fuel. If it disappears in a relationship, he begins to rush about, get nervous, provoke. He can be irritable, distant, and if there is someone nearby who offers him a new impulse, he will accept it quickly. without a doubt. Because at this moment, he lives only here and now. He will not hide it. Perhaps he will even say it directly. Because in his coordinate system, honesty is higher than loyalty. He can sincerely believe that cheating is not cheating if it was just a moment. Indifference is more dangerous for him. He may not touch another woman, but if you have stopped inspiring him, he has already mentally left. An Aries man needs a fight. If the relationship becomes predictable, he begins to look for where he can win again. His infidelity is often associated with the need to prove his strength, significance, desirability. He does not play a double game. He simply cannot stand silence. He is attracted to fire, any kind. If you ask a direct question, he will not dodge. But he will not ask for forgiveness either. He believes that he had the right. He is impulsive and does not always know how to predict the consequences. But he always acts in the moment of truth. His feelings are sincere. He can cheat with his body, but if his heart belongs to you, he will return. As long as it is with you, you can be calm, but if not, he will leave as quickly as he once appeared. The third sign is Cancer. You will never guess right away. A Cancer man knows how to hide his shadows under a layer of care, attention, and even sentimentality. His betrayal is not physical. It begins at the moment when you cease to be an emotional support for him. He can continue to give flowers, say, "I love you," and at the same time correspond with another, because it is she who is now listening, sympathizing, giving emotions. His infidelity is an escape into feelings, not into the body. He does not cheat for the sake of flirting. He does this when he feels that he is not appreciated, not seen, not heard. During such periods, he is especially vulnerable. He is not looking for a new love. He is looking for confirmation that he is still needed. And if someone gives him this tenderness, he becomes attached, first in a friendly way, then with his soul, and at some point, completely, quietly, without a break, without a scandal. He just begins to live in parallel. He does not confess. Even if he feels guilty, he will maintain the image of a faithful, caring, devoted person until the end, because he is afraid of destroying stability, and because he himself does not always consider himself a cheater. After all, he has not left, he is still there. But in his thoughts and feelings, he is already in a different place. A Cancer man is dangerous because of his duality. He can be affectionate, caring, and at the same time emotionally dependent on another. He knows how to create the appearance of complete involvement. He is ready to be attentive, generous, and make gestures. But all this can be a way to maintain a facade, while another scenario has been brewing inside for a long time. He does not fall in love instantly. He crawls towards it slowly. But if he gets there, he will not return. His betrayal is not a flash. It is a quiet replacement. He does not leave physically. He simply begins to share emotions. At first, you will not notice. Then, you will begin to guess. But it will be too late. Because if he began to look for feelings outside, it means that he no longer receives them in you. The fourth sign is Capricorn. Everyone who has encountered a Capricorn man in a close relationship sooner or later begins to notice an alarming pattern. He does not leave loudly. He disappears gradually. This is not an open betrayal with a fairy tale of emotions and passions. This is a cold calculation, covered by external stability. A Capricorn man is one of the most secretive representatives of the zodiac when it comes to a double life. He can maintain the image of a faithful partner for years, continuing to systematically build parallel relationships. At the same time, he disguises everything so skillfully that it is almost impossible to catch him in anything. His betrayal is a strategy. He does not flirt for the sake of flirting. He is not interested in casual relationships that do not bring benefits or emotional resources. A Capricorn man chooses a mistress the same way he chooses an investment, with prospects, benefits, and minimal risks. He can be married, have children, work stably, but at the same time build a relationship with another woman, as if creating a backup airfield. And all this with icy composure, without unnecessary emotions. Most often, such men begin to cheat when they feel that their partner no longer admires them. Admiration and recognition are not a whim, but a necessity for Capricorn. If he does not feel needed, he compensates for this on the side. And he will not confess, will not repent, will not break down. He will simply say that it happened that way, or that we have long since drifted apart, and disappear without a fight. Because in his logic, everything has already been decided in advance. At the workplace, he can easily start an affair that will last for years, and at the same time maintain the image of a professional husband and father. His ability to control himself externally is part of his treacherous nature. He does not show jealousy, does not make scenes, and this is what lulls vigilance. It seems that next to you is a rock, reliable and stable. But this rock can conceal a rift that will one day bring everything down. Another dangerous aspect is his ability to manipulate guilt. If the truth does come out, a Capricorn man can turn everything around so that the betrayal happened because he lacked warmth, attention, care. And if a woman does not have strong self-esteem, she can really believe that she provoked his betrayal. He does not shout, does not blame. He will logically and dryly put everything on the shelves, making himself a victim of circumstances. Such men often drag out relationships, even if they have been in other relationships for a long time. They do not break off abruptly. They wait for everything to collapse on its own, and this is their greatest danger. While a woman hopes for restoration, he is already living a different life. And when the truth comes out, it is not a shock. It is devastation. Because everything was so carefully hidden that it seems that you were deceived not once, but all the time. His betrayal is not a weakness, but a strategy. And if you find yourself next to a Capricorn man, it is important not to look at his actions, but at how he looks at others. If he is no longer included, if emotional closeness has disappeared, if everything has become too right, most likely he already has another. You just don't know about it yet. The fifth sign is Sagittarius. With him, everything starts like fireworks. A Sagittarius man knows how to captivate, inspire, promise mountains of gold and endless adventures. He gives the impression of being alive, real, free. And it is in this freedom that his main threat lies. Because he does not consider obligations to be something final. He can sincerely love, and at the same time, sincerely fall in love with someone else. His betrayal is not out of calculation and not out of revenge, but out of curiosity, boredom, or a desire to feel the excitement again. A Sagittarius man has a very low threshold of emotional saturation. He quickly lights up and quickly goes out. And as soon as the relationship becomes predictable, he begins to look for inspiration in other women. Not because his partner is bad, but because he is tired of being in one role. And he will not hide. He flirts openly, defiantly, and if not controlled, quickly crosses the line. Most often, his cheating begins with innocent communication that he himself does not consider dangerous. His relationship can be long, but only if the partner knows how to constantly change, surprise, involve. If this is not the case, he begins to distance himself, first mentally, then physically. And now he is already on a trip with a colleague, spends the night with friends, or works late. And all this may be true, but there is often someone else behind it. He knows how to hide his tracks, but he does it ineptly. He is caught more often than others, but he also confesses more often. Only without remorse. Just with a look. Well, you knew that I was like this. A Sagittarius man does not feel the fear of being exposed. He is sure that his charisma will pull everything out, and most often, pulls it out. He can be exposed in treason and still stay in the relationship, because he brings down on a woman such a stream of passion, regret, promises, and confessions that it is difficult for her to resist. He knows how to turn everything to his advantage, and then to do it again. The most dangerous feature is his constant desire for something new. He can love and cheat at the same time. For him, it is not a conflict. He just lives in the moment. And if today he is attracted to another, he follows this impulse without thinking about the consequences. And tomorrow he can return in the same way, as if nothing happened. His betrayal is not betrayal in the classical sense. It is an escape from routine. And if the woman next to him does not know how to maintain a constant element of novelty, she risks losing his attention. Not forever, but until he wants to come back again. And he will come back, but perhaps not alone.